Have you ever felt a connection so profound, so inexplicable, that it seemed to defy all logic? A feeling that someone, or something miles away, was somehow intertwined with your very being? What if ancient Indian sages, thousands of years ago, explored ideas that resonate with the most profound discoveries of modern quantum physics? This isn't about claiming ancient texts were science textbooks, but about uncovering deep conceptual overlaps that invite you to reconsider your understanding of reality. For centuries, the West has viewed science and spirituality as separate paths, often in opposition. Yet, a growing number of physicists, philosophers, and researchers are finding striking parallels between the deepest insights of Vedic philosophy and the strange world of quantum mechanics. It's a journey that takes us from the subatomic realm to the very nature of consciousness itself. And it begins with a concept that has intrigued scientists for decades: quantum entanglement. Imagine two particles, born from the same source, then separated by vast distances, across a room, across a galaxy. According to quantum physics, if you measure a property of one particle, like its spin, the other particle instantaneously takes on a correlated property, no matter how far apart they are. Albert Einstein famously called this spooky action at a distance, because it seemed to challenge the speed limit of the universe. This isn't just a theory. It's been repeatedly demonstrated in experiments, including Nobel Prize-winning work. But what does this have to do with ancient India? In Vedic philosophy, particularly in the Upanishads, there's a concept known as Atman and Brahman. Atman is often translated as the individual soul or self, and Brahman as the universal consciousness or ultimate reality. The profound insight of these ancient texts is that Atman and Brahman are not separate. They are fundamentally one. Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman, is a core declaration. This isn't about ego. It's about recognizing that the individual consciousness is an inseparable part of the universal consciousness. Think about that quantum entanglement again. Two seemingly separate entities, yet intrinsically linked, their fates intertwined. Could the ancient understanding of Atman and Brahman be an intuitive grasp of a cosmic entanglement, where individual consciousness is always connected to the universal fabric of existence? This connection deepens when we consider the role of consciousness itself. In Western thought, consciousness is often seen as a product of the brain, an emergent property of complex neural networks. But in Vedanta and yoga, consciousness is considered fundamental, not an outcome, but the very ground of being. It's the underlying reality from which everything else arises. Now let's look at quantum mechanics. The observer effect is a phenomenon where the act of observing a quantum system influences its state. Before observation, a particle might exist in a superposition of multiple states, like a wave of possibilities. But the moment it's observed, it collapses into a single definite state. This has led some physicists to ponder whether consciousness plays a role in shaping reality. Could the ancient Vedic emphasis on meditation and introspection, on becoming a conscious observer of one's own inner world, be a profound practice for influencing reality, not just perceiving it? Could the self in Vedic thought be the ultimate observer, and its connection to Brahman explain the interconnectedness observed at the quantum level? And what about the world we perceive around us? Ancient Indian philosophy introduces the concept of Maya, the idea that the perceived world is an illusion, a veil over ultimate reality. It's not that the world isn't real, but that our perception of it is limited, a kind of cosmic play or a dream. This resonates with modern cosmological theories, such as the holographic principle, which suggests that our three-dimensional reality might be a projection from a two-dimensional surface, much like a hologram. Or the multiverse theory, where our universe is just one of many, suggesting that what we perceive as solid and singular is far more fluid and interconnected. Do both ancient wisdom and cutting-edge physics suggest that our perceived reality is not as solid or separate as it seems, and that a deeper, more unified reality lies beneath the surface? The implications of these conceptual overlaps are profound. If consciousness is fundamental, and everything is interconnected, what does that mean for our understanding of healing, intention, and our place in the universe? It opens up possibilities for a new understanding, one where science and spirituality are not at odds, but are two sides of the same coin, both striving to understand the ultimate nature of existence. Research in fields like quantum biology and the neuroscience of meditation are beginning to explore these very connections, bridging what once seemed like a vast gap. This isn't just abstract philosophy or theoretical physics. It's an invitation to re-examine our own lives, our connections to others, and our relationship with the cosmos. If these ideas resonate with you, if you feel a stirring of curiosity about the deeper aspects of existence, then take a moment to connect with this conversation. Share this video with anyone who might be interested in exploring the wisdom of the ancients and the discoveries of science. And to continue discovering the life aspects and mysteries of the universe, subscribe to the channel Universal Insights. Tell us in the comments below, what are your thoughts on these profound connections between ancient wisdom and quantum reality? Have you ever looked up at the night sky and felt a sense of awe, a feeling of being part of something immense and mysterious? Or, have you ever had a gut feeling, a deep intuition that you just couldn't explain? What if those feelings are not just random emotions, but whispers from a deeper reality? A reality that ancient Indian sages and modern physicists are both trying to understand? let's talk about something that honestly sounds like science fiction, but is actually a proven scientific fact: quantum entanglement. A 2022 Nobel Prize was awarded for experiments that confirmed this phenomenon. Imagine two tiny particles, linked in a way that whatever happens to one instantly affects the other, even if they are on opposite sides of the universe. It's like they are connected by an invisible thread, a cosmic secret that really defies our everyday understanding of space and time. It's a fact that has left scientists both baffled and inspired. And here's where it gets really interesting. Thousands of years ago, in the sacred texts of the Upanishads, ancient Indian thinkers spoke of a similar idea. They called it the connection between Atman, the individual soul, and Brahman, the universal consciousness. They said that your individual self, your Atman, is not separate from the vast ocean of universal consciousness, the Brahman. You are a wave in that ocean. Your consciousness is a part of a grand, interconnected cosmic consciousness. Is it possible that what the ancient sages experienced through deep meditation and introspection, modern science is now proving with complex experiments and powerful instruments? Could this be the same truth, seen through different eyes, described in different languages? If you're finding this connection as amazing as I do, just take a moment to hit that like button. It helps us to continue bringing you content that explores these profound questions about our universe and our place in it. Now let's go deeper. Let's talk about you, the observer. In our daily lives, we think of ourselves as separate observers, looking at the world from the outside. But quantum physics tells a different story. The observer effect shows that the very act of observing something changes it. Your attention, your focus, your consciousness is not passive. It's an active force that shapes the reality you are observing. Think about that for a moment. Your consciousness is not just a mirror reflecting the world. It's a lamp that illuminates it and in doing so, changes it. This is a radical idea, one that has been at the heart of Vedic philosophy for millennia. The ancient yogis and mystics of India developed powerful techniques of meditation and mindfulness, not just to calm their minds, but to become conscious observers of their inner world, to understand the very nature of consciousness itself. They believed that by understanding their own consciousness, they could understand the universe. And now, modern science is beginning to agree. Neuroscientists are studying the brains of long-term meditators and finding that their brains are different. They have more gray matter in areas associated with attention, emotional regulation, and self-awareness. It's as if their practice of conscious observation has physically changed their brains, and perhaps their reality. And what about the reality we see around us? The solid, predictable world of our everyday experience? Ancient Indian philosophy has a word for it: Maya. Maya doesn't mean that the world is not real. It means that our perception of the world is limited, like a beautiful and intricate veil that hides a deeper, more fundamental reality. It's a reality where everything is interconnected, where the boundaries between self and other, between mind and matter, begin to dissolve. Modern physics is also starting to question the nature of our perceived reality. The holographic principle, a concept from string theory, suggests that our three-dimensional universe might be a projection of information stored on a two-dimensional surface, like a cosmic hologram. The multiverse theory proposes that our universe is just one of countless others, each with its own laws of physics, its own version of reality. These are not just wild speculations, they are serious scientific theories that are being explored by some of the brightest minds in the world. And they all point to the same conclusion: the world is not what it seems. There is a deeper, more mysterious, and more interconnected reality waiting to be discovered. So what does all this mean for you, for me, for all of us? It means that we are not just passive observers of a cold, indifferent universe. We are active participants in a grand cosmic dance, a dance of consciousness and energy, of science and spirituality. It means that our thoughts, our intentions, our very consciousness may have a power that we are only beginning to understand. It means that the ancient wisdom of our ancestors and the cutting-edge discoveries of modern science are not in conflict, but are two sides of the same coin, both pointing towards a more holistic and integrated understanding of ourselves and our universe. This is not just a philosophical discussion. It's a personal invitation to explore the depths of your own consciousness, to question your assumptions about reality, and to embrace the mystery and wonder of existence. If this journey into the heart of science and spirituality has sparked something within you, I invite you to continue the exploration. Share this video with your friends, your family, with anyone who you think might be open to these ideas. And to continue your journey of discovery, subscribe to our channel, Universal Insights, and please share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about these connections? Have you had any experiences that resonate with these ideas? Your voice is an important part of this conversation. Let's explore these mysteries together.